Hello, welcome to our Wellness Center kitchen here at Faith Family Medical Center. I'm Carmen, and I thank you for joining us today. We have a really easy recipe that is perfect for spring. So we're gonna get started with this lemon orzo pasta salad. It has asparagus, some bell pepper, green onion, feta cheese, spinach. So again, just lots of really great flavors going on in this salad. And I would love if you're watching this live, or maybe you're watching it a little later on, please feel free to leave a comment. We'll definitely get back to you on that. So I have already gone ahead and cooked the orzo, which orzo is just pasta. It's a really shortcut pasta. So I've cooked that in some vegetable broth. You can use a low sodium vegetable broth if you're concerned about sodium. And you let that cook in a saute pan, and then you add in the asparagus and cook for about 5 minutes just to get it nice and tender, and then put that in the fridge to let it cool. I had mine in the refrigerator for about an hour. So we've got that in our big bowl over here. The next thing we want to add is our yellow bell pepper. You could use orange or red, just any other kind of bright color. But we're going to dice this bell pepper. You can see I'm just going around, cutting along the stem here and removing each of these sections. So this is the way I like to cut bell pepper, because then you have this one piece left that has all the seeds intact, so you don't have to worry about cleaning up a bunch of seeds. All of the ribs inside the bell pepper are removed. And to make sure we don't have a lot of food waste, if you've got a lot of bell pepper left, you can just make sure you cut that off and chop it up. Okay, so again, we just want to dice this bell pepper, and we need about 1.5 cups. And bell pepper is a good source of vitamin C. It's also rich in water, so our vegetables can also be very hydrating, which is a good thing. That way we can make sure we're meeting our hydration needs during the day. So I like to cut a bunch of strips of my bell pepper and then line them up, and you can dice them that way. And when you're chopping your bell pepper, it is important to cut them with the shiny side down. So you have your shiny skin of your bell pepper, and then you have kind of the rougher inside. Make sure the shiny part is down. It's just a little bit safer that way. I'm gonna try this knife here. Okay, so again, just about 1.5 cups of the diced bell pepper. Again, if you have any questions, please put those in the comments. And I'd love to know what some of your favorite spring vegetables are. This recipe is going to use some asparagus, which is definitely one of my favorite spring veggies. We actually grow asparagus here in our teaching garden in front of the medical center. And so I've actually used a few of the stalks that we have that have already popped up. We don't have a whole lot that's come up from last year, but just a few. So I am going to supplement that with some asparagus that I bought at the grocery store. So when you have asparagus, you can put it in a glass with a little bit of water and put that in your refrigerator, and it will keep longer. As I mentioned, I've already cooked my asparagus with that orzo, but I did want to show you, when you're working with asparagus, you want to remove the woody end. It's really hard to chew. So to do that, you just find kind of the end and you bend it and it snaps, and that indicates where the tender part is that you can eat, and then the woody stem that you probably don't want to keep. All right, so next for our big bowl of pasta salad here, I've chopped some spinach, about 3 cups of spinach. Get some magnesium there and some iron with our spinach. We also have green onion growing in our garden from coming up from last year. So I went ahead and chopped that already. You can also use chives in this recipe. We have some almonds, and if you wanted to toast your almonds, whether it's on the stovetop or in a toaster oven or just your oven, you can do that before you start to chop them. And this is about half a cup of almonds that I've chopped. Next we have Kalamata olives. I love these olives, so great. They have amazing flavor, and anytime you're doing kind of like a Mediterranean recipe, you might see Kalamata olives being used. Okay, next we have feta cheese, a favorite cheese of mine, and we're using half a cup of the feta cheese. Okay, so that is again another great kind of Mediterranean flavor and ingredient. And I'm just going to give this a quick stir. You can see all of those colors. It looks so good. If you wanted to add some tomato or zucchini, you could add all kinds of different vegetables to your salad. So we're going to add a little bit of black pepper and about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then if you wanted to use fresh basil or maybe some parsley, you could chop that up and add it in here. I'm just going to use some dried basil today. Probably about a teaspoon of the dried basil. And that's it as far as ingredients for the salad itself, but now we're going to make a really simple lemon vinaigrette. So I already have 3 tablespoons of olive oil in my bowl, and then I have a couple lemons here, and we're going to use some zest from our lemon, so about a teaspoon of lemon zest, and this is called a microplane. This is really helpful for zesting citrus fruit, or even if you are doing garlic, you could use your microplane to grate your garlic. All right, so again, we're doing about a teaspoon of the lemon zest. It smells really good. I love the smell of that lemon zest. Okay, and just make sure we get all of that into the bowl. We don't want to waste it here on our microplane. And then I have some minced garlic. This is about 2 teaspoons of fresh garlic. And next, we're going to make use of these lemons and get about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So if you have a citrus reamer or a juicer, you can use that to juice your lemons. But I always recommend doing it, in a different bowl, because you're going to probably have to scoop out some seeds after you juice them. So don't want those seeds in our dressing. So I'm just going to use a fork to scoop out the ones that have ended up in my measuring cup. There we go. I think I got all of them now. And that just goes into our bowl. And we can whisk that together. And that just goes over our pasta salad. This is just a really fresh and bright, fun recipe for spring. I wish you could smell that dressing, and along with everything else, those green onions, the feta cheese. but it's just enough dressing to coat everything we have here in this pasta salad. Show you up close. Looks so pretty. Now this will actually keep in the refrigerator for up to 4 days. You can put it in an airtight container and just keep that in the fridge for 4 days. Great if you have a maybe weekend event or party that you're going to. This would be great to take along. And I did want to show you before we hop off today, I was mentioning the garden that we have in front of the building here at Faith Family Medical Center. This is some of the green onion that I pulled out earlier today that just came up from what was planted last year. Pretty cool. And again, those homegrown veggies are always so flavorful and they smell amazing. But thank you for watching this video today, and if you have any questions about the recipe, please let me know. You can find the link here with this video, and we will see you next time.